Iran has been under sanctions for more than 40 years, and despite Washington claims that restrictive measures don't affect humanitarian supplies, the Secretary of the Iranian Human Rights Council says sanctions are an obstacle to the supply of medicines for patients with serious illnesses. RT correspondent Yusuf Jalali visited one of Tehran's hospitals and spoke with patients and experts. We should warn you, though, some images in this report could be disturbing.
EB is among the most painful skin diseases. It requires constant care and medication. But for EB patients in Iran, the pain is even more excruciating as supplies of the vital medication are blocked by U.S. sanctions. That's the painful story of hundreds of EB patients in Iran who are grappling with a medicine shortage caused by U.S. restrictions.
If the US wants to impose sanctions on Iran, it should sanction our military forces. If it's about war, it should enter into war with our military forces. Why is it targeting our patients who are grappling with the EB disease? When their access to these wound dressings is denied, life will become so hard for them?
10-year-old Fatima is vibrant, cute, and of course, precocious. She says she learned to speak English on her own. But what's sad is that she has these EB wounds on her skin, which are growing in intensity as she grows up.
Our skin is soft like a butterfly. If it gets hit, for example, our knee bumps into a wall, it can hurt real bad, and maybe some children will also cry for it.
Epidermolysis bullosa, or EB, is characterized by fragility and blistering of the skin. Caring for the wounds is vital for treating the condition, as minimal friction during everyday activities can stimulate pain and bleeding. It's definitely not understandable for butterfly children like Fatima why a country should block their access to their medicine.
We are in pain. If there's any EB in your country, that doesn't mean that you only have to give it to your country. There's other countries that EBs are in there. You should not only think about your country, about other countries also.
In 2018, the U.S. reinstated extensive sanctions on Iran to limit Tehran's nuclear activities. Following Washington's move, Sweden's Mölnlycke Healthcare stopped selling EB wound dressing to Iran.
Today we're not allowed to access these wound dressings, which are produced by the Mölnlycke Healthcare company in Sweden and are used in more than 120 countries in the world. Wound dressings are vital for our EB patients. This is when the fingers of their hands stick together and need to go through surgery. When they are separated, all of the fingers need to be bandaged. If these bandages are not available, the patients go through an excruciating pain. I don't know whether these who impose the sanctions know anything about humanity and justice.
Those battling thalassemia and hemophilia are also facing difficulties in accessing their needed medicine. Iran's Thalassemia Society says 667 Iranian thalassemia patients have lost their lives due to a lack of access to life-saving medication.
We have more problem to other people for cancer patients, also for diabetic patients, also for cardiovascular patients. There are a huge number of patients that needs help, needs medications, needs medical equipments, that we are in a very bad situation to provide their medications, their medical equipments they need.
The U.S. says it has exempted humanitarian supplies, including medicine, from its list of sanctions against Tehran. But experts here say that's a lie, as in practice, Iran cannot pay for medical items from foreign suppliers as a result of the banking restrictions.